The exiled Uyghur activist Rabia Kadir has defied China, arriving in Australia to attend the Melbourne Film Festival. On Thursday, the festival will screen a documentary about the 63-year-old's life and work. The Chinese authorities accuse her of fomenting violence last month in the restive northwest province of Xinjiang and want the film banned. Chinese state media says even Ms Kadir's children hold her responsible for the deadly riots. But the Muslim activist says her children are being used as pawns. Karen Barlow reports.
This is the woman China holds responsible for the deaths of 197 people last month in northwest Xinjiang province. Chinese authorities say the 63-year-old Uyghur leader Rabia Kadir encouraged deadly unrest from exile in the United States.
I didn't want to see so many casualties on both sides, both Uyghurs and Han Chinese. It was not the right thing, and it was quite horrific thing to see so many casualties there. The Chinese government lying to the whole world that I was the sole agitator of the unrest.
The violence in the province, also known as East Turkestan, started after protests against Uyghur job losses. Many of the dead were ethnic Han Chinese people, and almost 2,000 people were wounded.
The way that they called me, categorized me, labeled me as a sole agitator of this unrest is to justify their further crackdown on Uyghurs, to justify their campaign to carry out the ethnic cleansing against my people.
Several of Rabia Kadir's children and her brother have purportedly denounced her in China's state media, but she says they're being used as propaganda.
My children back home were forced to confess that their mother, Ms. Rabia Kadir, was solely responsible for the unrest in East Turkestan. So they were forced to say like this. And the Chinese government are very good at manipulating the mind of people through the media, through the new technology.
Ms Kadir's visit for the screening of the documentary 10 Conditions of Love has strained diplomatic relations between Australia and China. China summoned Australia's ambassador in Beijing to protest against her being granted a visa. Several Chinese films have been withdrawn from the Melbourne Film Festival, and the festival's website has been under sustained cyber attack.
Regrettably, the festival has been too much politicized. In fact, the festival has nothing to do with politics. And the Chinese government tries to politicize this event, to hijack this event in order to prevent me to come to here to speak out and speak about my people, Uyghurs, and their suffering.
Through the film and a series of speeches, Rabia Kadir says she hopes Australians will find solidarity with the Uyghur people.
My main message is that is peace. Through and through, I am in search of peace and nothing else. And I believe that the international community would pay heed to the plight of Uyghurs.
The Australian-produced documentary about her activism is due to screen at the Melbourne Festival this weekend. Karen Barlow, Lateline.